Hey, we back, everybody. We back. And trust me, we got these great men back home in this third hour. We got Mr. Charles Pinchback. Johnny Pinch. See, they like brothers, so I think they got the last first name. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Johnny Pinchback and Mr. Charles Chatman, they both in the house with us right now. They both served 27 years, and now they free. They exonerees. They doing their thing. They having great lives. Hey, guys, I want to tell y'all thank y'all again, and thank y'all for being here with me.
Very much welcome. Very much welcome.
All right. Charles, what's up with you, man? I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, good. I'm good.
I thought you fell asleep on me, man.
Oh, no, I'm here doing something.
Oh, okay. I hear you. Well, like I said, I just want to thank y'all again. And like I said, I think that y'all very courageous, man, the way y'all held on. And like you said, Charles, you had a chip on your shoulder. You was angry and you felt like, hey, whoever come up on me can get it. And I'm glad didn't nothing happen that they gave you more time added on to the time you was already doing, because even if you'd have got exonerated, you still might have had to do that time on another sentence, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so I'm blessed. I'm so glad and blessed you made all the right decisions. And like you said, you found Johnny and y'all kept each other balanced, you know what I'm saying, where y'all both could get home and get safe. And then when you got out, you made sure, to bring Johnny out. And that's what it's about, man. But I definitely want to say that I want to celebrate y'all. And I definitely want to celebrate Johnny's wife, who will be speaking with us in a second. I got a special song that I want to send out to her, to you, Johnny, and to your wife, and Charles, to you and your daughter, and to anybody who stuck by y'all and believed that y'all was innocent, knew y'all was innocent, knew y'all wouldn't do nothing like that, and also Johnny, to y'all's moms as well, you and Charles and y'all's family. So we're gonna stay locked. Y'all stay locked in and stay tuned in, and we'll be right back in, everybody, with a great show right after this song. My man Alan Mann is in the house with us. He'll be coming in a minute, and he definitely want to speak to our two exonerees. So everybody stay locked in and stay tuned in, and we'll be right back. Hey, and this song is for you guys and everybody around the world who's holding on to somebody you love. Hey, we back, everybody. Welcome back to the I've Been Falsely Accused radio show. I'm your host, Cogee. This is our 22nd show. Definitely doing it big, everybody. Definitely bringing it. And to everybody around the world, I hope y'all enjoyed that song. To all the people, who definitely, is holding on to that love and definitely want to see, that person come home. Maybe you just want to lay back and think about that person while they in wherever they at, that was dedicated to you. Now, like I said, in this third hour, we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback's wife. She's going to be coming in a second, and she's definitely going to talk about what it takes to be a prison wife, what it takes to hold on, how she held on, her words of encouragement to other young women who's dealing with it right now. And, their man's in there right now and he's innocent, maybe some of them are not innocent and they still want to hold on, and love them and wait for them, so, I think to a lot of our young people, always like to have, our older people to come in and definitely give them words of encouragement, because I believe, like a lot of young women, they do need those words of encouragement nowadays to carry on and finish being good women. If they got a little bit off track, hey, that's life. We all get a little bit off track sometime, but when we have, our elders, to come in and say, hey, you know what, let me tell you something, that's a dead end street that you on right now. But if you try it this way, or if you learn to do it this way, that's what makes the difference when we can make the change in our youth. Our youth, they are tomorrow. So we got to train them up right so they know how to run the country. They know how to take care of these relationships. And when we pass away as being parents, we know that we trained them right and they okay and they can make it now through our teaching. So what we got to do, we got to take a quick break. This is going to be a real fast break. I got to hit my brakes real quick, and when we come right back in, we got Johnny Pinchback. We got his wife. She's coming in, and we're going to still hear from Johnny and Charles. And like I said, I want to thank both of them for rolling with me today. And hey, I'm so proud of them, and they here with us, and hey, they're a ray of sunshine through this show today. So y'all stay locked in and stay tuned in. Quick break, and we right back in. And y'all young ladies, get your pens and papers and get ready for some great knowledge. We'll be right back. Hey, we back, everybody. Welcome back to the I've Been Falsely Accused radio show. I'm your host, Cogee. And like I said, in this hour, we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback, who done 27 years. He's exoneree. Mr. Charles Chatman, also 27 years exoneree. And they definitely out right now doing it big. Thanks again, guys, for being with me today.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, Alan, man, I want to come to you real quick. How you doing today, Alan, man?
I'm good, Cogee. How you doing?
All right, all the way from the ATL. He reaches out and giving us love all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Alan, man, what would you like to say to Mr. Johnny Pinchback and Mr. Charles Chatman? They both done 27 years apiece. They exonerated. They out. They doing their thing. What would you like to say to both of them real quick?
I like to say, congratulations on being out. Obviously, God was on your side because, you could have been in there for your whole life. And you're out now, and, I'm just glad that you're doing a lot of positive things with your life. And I have one question for you guys. You think if things had changed and you would have never went in, do you think you would be doing the same profession that you're doing now, that you're out and everything that you've been through?
We'll start with you. We'll start with you, Charles.
I definitely don't think I would be doing it in the capacity that I'm doing it now. But I do believe that in some kind of way that I would have been concerned about this once I seen that it was an avenue, because I always knew that everybody that went to jail wasn't guilty. So I answer that to say yes and no. I would probably be interested in it, but I probably wouldn't be doing it in the capacity that I do it now.
Okay. Johnny?
Me, actually, my lifestyle back then, and, in the process of going back into the military to retire, but during that time, that era, actually, and things in life changing so fast, and my lifestyle, I really think and believe I would have been dead.
Why do
the way I was living.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
Why? The way I was living.
Okay. How was you living? How was you living, Johnny?
I wasn't an angel myself either. I wasn't an angel. The streets, man. The streets was my life.
Right. So you was caught up a little bit, huh?
I was caught up. I had got out the military, and I had become a product of my environment all over again.
Right. And, that's what's going on with a lot of our young men. And that's why I said, we got to have these intelligent conversations where when they hear it and they hear these interviews, maybe they'll see a resemblance of, you and Charles in y'all's interviews, what y'all been through, but how y'all moved on to do greater things, how y'all wiser men now than y'all were yesterday. And maybe a lot of these young men will see their reflection in y'all and turn around and change their lives around. And I think that's why this show is very important. And that's why I do this show. My man, Alan, man, he's been riding with me for a long time. And, like I said, he's my rock. That's my partner, like how y'all two are partners. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. And, he definitely rides with me 100%. Now, let me ask you something real quick, Johnny, and then Charles, and then we'll move on. I want to ask you, how important is it to have, that one brother, sometimes we only get one real friend, but when you got that one real friend, like y'all two, with y'all's friendship, how important is it, to keep the other one accountable, but to help the other one see a brighter day? Starting with you, Charles.
Well, Johnny is who Johnny is to me. But, the Exonerees down here, for the most part, in the Dallas area, we have formed a little group. And we police each other. Okay. One of us sees somebody stepping out of line, then we pull them back in.
That's right.
If we need somebody to come, because only an exoneree understands an exoneree. Mm-hmm. Because we've all been through the same thing. Right. And when I'm down, I can call Johnny, and we can talk. I mean, he'll know why I'm calling him, but we can talk about anything to get ourselves back on track. Right. So it's really important to have somebody who really, really understands you. And if you give me a second, I want to kind of elaborate on something you said earlier. Okay. About having the loved ones stand by you. Right. Now, I'm going to tell you, before Johnny got out, I know Sandra, his daughter, Vonda, and his mom, they stood by him because, why? They was all on top of me all the time, seeing what was going on with him in this case and stuff like that. We have a couple of more guys who cases that I'm looking at right now that's still incarcerated. Den Spencer and Calvin Johnson. These guys are that I've investigated the case, and I have the Innocence Project looking at it now before we present it to the DA office. And what I try to do with their family is try to tell them that, you know, you need to, whether he's guilty, even if it's a guilty person or not, family is important to a person that's incarcerated. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that, you have nothing. I wasn't as blessed as John. I didn't have family who stood by me. My family completely abandoned me. I had only one person who stayed with me from the day I went in to the day I got out, and that was a nephew. But to have family that ever loved you will show that love if they can stand by you now. So Sandra is a model person because I know what she was doing. I know what she was going through all the time. The 2 years in between the time I got out, met her, and the time Johnny got out. So family is important. That if you have family who love you, then they'll stick by you whether you're guilty or not. Because I work with people who was guilty with their crime. I try to help them get back on track when they get out. And back to the brother's question, would I be doing what I do now had I not went through that? I've never been homeless. I'm not a battered wife. I'm not an abandoned child. But I try to be there for them, you know, right now too. Try to help them. And so I don't know if I'd have been doing this had I not went enough, but I know I'd have been doing something to help somebody.
Wow, I hear you. You definitely broke that down. Definitely broke it down. Johnny?
Yes.
Oh, I had asked the question, you know, how good is it to have a strong, you know, brother, a strong ally right there with you to help you, you know, to see you through tough times?
Man, believe it. I really needed him. I really needed somebody that I trusted.
That's
you know,
right. That's right.
You know, with things and situations that were, you know, that I was fronted with, and he was like my psychiatrist, my psychologist, and you know, and I was like his psychiatrist, his psychologist. We were like, you know, there for each other. I'm like, man, we don't need to go to see. You know, we get out and they tell us, you know, you might need to see these people or that people. I'm telling him, man, we don't need to see these people. We can do this to ourselves. We can do this ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We talk to each other. We know, you know, the situation better than they. You know, they weren't there.
That's
you know?
right.
And that's what we would do. We would sit and talk, you know, when I'm feeling down as low as I can get about a situation or something like that. I called him and I said, man, look here, blah, 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 you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and sometimes he called me, you know, hey, we need to talk. And I sit and I talk to him. We get back up. We pull each other back up. And we'll start doing it again.
That's
we'll
right.
start all over again. We'll pull each other up and we keep each other strong on a daily basis.
I hear you. I hear you. And that's what it's about. Alan, man, and I appreciate you as well, my brother. Let me tell you, me and Alan, man, we the same way. We done been through so much, but we done stayed strong, and we've been going strong for years, man. That's what it's about. But, you know, something you said, Johnny, and I'm going to tell you what helps black men, you know, stick together, and it's communication. When we fall out and we have a certain quarrel with each other, it's because of lack of communication.
Exactly.
And that's why I make sure, you know, me and his brother, I mean, we talk every day, just like, you know, you and Charles do. And so, you know, I really understand that. And I really understand why it's needed. And I really understand that, you know, we do need somebody in this world. I hear people all the time, oh, I don't need nobody. Well, look at your life right now. Look, half of the time when the person say it, look at the life of the person that says that. Now, their actions, the way they treat people, you know, the way they so negative, you need somebody. And the first thing you need somebody to do is give you a hug, from what I see with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you definitely right about that. Now, what I wanted to do real quick, you know, like I said, Johnny, I want to bring your wife on, if that's okay. What's her name?
Sandra.
Okay.
She's a little country, but you'll understand.
Oh, okay. How do, Sandra?
Well, good evening.
How you doing today, ma'am?
I'm blessed, and you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm the host of the show. I've been falsely accused, Cogee. I just want to say that you get the Shiro Award today, okay?
Thank you.
Definitely. So I want to ask you real quick, and I got women in the studio with me right now.
Okay.
And these women, they definitely admire you, and their mouth fell wide open when Johnny said she was with me for the whole ride. The whole ride. Now, sometime when you step back, now that your husband is out, and when he's talking about the 27 years he done, you done 27 years too, though.
Correct.
You done a long run right with your husband. Mm-hmm. What don't women understand about that when they hear you say, I was with him for 27 years, and a lot of them like, girl, I don't see how you done that. Ain't no way in the world I would have waited and, threw my life away. I held my life up for him. And, when he get out, he might not be right. I know you done heard it all.
You better believe it. Well, first of all, the negativity.
Yes, ma'am.
Of people. I had a lot of women to tell me, why would you even get involved or marry someone that has a life sentence in prison? He can't do anything for you. He can't give you anything. And I had to get away from all of that because I only knew what God told me.
Yes, ma'am.
God told me to stick with him because whenever he came out, he was going to need some help, and I was the only one that would be able to help him.
And it was going to be greater later, huh?
You're right.
Yes, it has been.
He got both hands up in the earth saying, yes, Lord, on that. Okay, so hold on 1 minute. I got to hit my break real quick, Miss Sandra. And we'll be right back, and it's gonna be a fast break. We're gonna be right back in, and I want the women to talk to you. I want you to talk to the women. Okay? We'll be right back in. So everybody, I want y'all to stay locked in and tuned in. And like I said, in this third hour, we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback, we got Mr. Charles Chatman, and we got Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra Pinchback. She's definitely with us, and I want y'all to stay locked in and stay tuned in. You want to hear this? Quick break, and we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to the I've Been Falsely Accused radio show. My man Alan, man, way to put it down. Stay locked in, stay tuned in. We'll be right back.
But fate's been...
Hey, we back, everybody. We back. Welcome to the I've Been Falsely Accused radio show. I'm your host, Cogee, with my main man, Mr. Jeffrey Deskovic, who ain't in with us today. He's in a meeting. He's handling business. He's making sure that he's keeping people safe, and he's definitely bringing people home. That's what he does. So, to Jeffrey, much love to you. I'm looking forward to you being on the next show. I'm holding it down for me and you. And to everybody out there, I just want y'all to know Jeffrey said he's got a lot of love for y'all. Stay locked in, stay tuned in, and keep writing all the cool stuff that y'all put on the, I've Been Falsely Accused website, and keep giving us likes. If y'all can, tell as many people as y'all can about the I've Been Falsely Accused website. Tell people to write in if they need help, if they want to be heard. That's how they get on the show. Just write us. And as y'all heard from a lot of people who's been through the show, I always get right back with our guests and, the people who want to be on the show. I get back quick, real fast. As soon as I get the message, I get right back. Now, in this hour, we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback. He's an exoneree. He's done 23 years. Got Mr. Charles Chatman. He's
27.
I'm sorry. How many years did I say?
You said
23. Oh, okay. I was trying to shorten your time for you, man. Okay. And we got Mr. Charles Chatman, who also done 27 years. So, they're exonerees, and they doing great. And once again, guys, thank you for being on. And we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback's wife, Sandra Pinchback. How you doing today, ma'am? Again.
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Now, let me go to Alan Man real quick, then I'm going to go to the ladies. Alan Man, are you with me?
I'm here, Coach.
Alan Man, what do you want to say to this Shiro that we have on the phone? She stuck with her man for 27 years. We got some women, they can't stick with a man for 10 days.
Man, I just want to say you are a beast.
Yes, she is.
And I mean, a beast in a great way.
Complimentary way, definitely.
Because you know what? That's true love. You love this person so much that no matter what anybody said or what anybody did, you didn't look away from him. You just kept fighting for him. And that is amazing, because you have so many women out here now who would not have done what you did. So, God bless you, and you are an amazing woman.
Okay.
Well, thank you. God bless you too.
All right, thank you. Now, we not discrediting no ladies, because it is some ladies, they might have hung with some men for a year in jail, prison, 2 years, 3 years, but they just couldn't handle it. But we still gonna give them their props for holding on for the time that they did, So we not downplaying no other women, so I don't want nobody to think that. But when you get somebody that rolled for 27 years, whoo-wee.
And the thing is, once she got out, she still stayed there. I have a friend who had she was married to a gentleman who went to jail. Okay, he was a preacher when he went to jail, and he was wrongly accused as well. And when he came out of jail, she had his clothes packed and everything.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that. Yeah, right.
She stayed there with him to encourage him through the time that he served, but at the same time, she was doing her own thing. And the day he came out of jail was the day she told him that you got to go.
Well, hey, it just go, man. It's the way it goes sometimes. Everybody's dealt a different card. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that Johnny, like I said, he got dealt a great hand, and but hey, sometimes it's the person that holds the cards in their hand, like his wife, that can determine which way it's gonna go. And she threw him a good card. You know what I'm saying? One that lasted, and we definitely celebrate that. So what I want to do real quick, Foxy, what would you like to ask Miss Sandra?
I just have to commend you, because
Say hello.
Hello, Miss Sandra.
Hello.
I was one of those women that had a man in jail.
And Foxy took off and she left. She left, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra, she rolled out.
No, because I couldn't. I have to really commend you, because I couldn't take that the way the officers treated you when you go to jail, and you have to. They have to search you, and they had this attitude with you, and
disrespect.
It's just and the long bus rides. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I just wanted to commend you about doing that.
Thank you.
That takes a lot of that really 20 years. That takes a lot of time out of your life as well.
Oh yeah,
but
it was hard, but through the grace of God, God was the one that gave me the strength to continue on. And like I said, I had a lot of negativity, but I had to get away from the negativity. And I just, continued to go to church, and God has always blessed me, but at times I did not understand. And, God would show me, different directions, and I was just, just count on Him.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just like the man that's in prison. He feels like you're obligated to take care of him because he's in prison, and that deterred me away from him as well, because I felt like if he feels like I need to send him a package or I need to accept his collect calls, but he's not returning that money back to me or whatever, I felt like I just couldn't do that. So I just really wanted to commend you. 27 years, it is a long time.
Yeah. I understood what you said when you said about the finance and everything, and we had some problems about that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I did the best that I could. But it's very important about when they receive the letters and the visit, and that's to anyone. The support. It took a lot of that, and I would only, I would go every other weekend or once a month, and then they would have marriage seminars, and I went to that, and just to know that he was not, that he did not commit this crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
And I knew that, and I just want to let him know that I was there, for him and everything. But
I hear you.
Yeah.
That's right. And Miss Sandra, I want to tell you too, Foxy's man was only in jail for a week.
Okay, Foxy. Come on, Foxy.
No, that was not me. I did it for a couple of years. I had a shoebox full of letters and all that. But when he got out, he would go back in, and it would just be like the same thing over and over. And I just had to give up on that one because I wasn't gonna spend my life doing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Because I remember when Johnny said that, different guys would get out and then they would come back in. And Johnny said, well, that's why I can't get out, because y'all are constantly coming back in.
That's right.
So I understand what you said about that, Foxy.
Right. And Miss Sandra, I'm just joking. Foxy, you know what? Foxy's a good woman. She is. And when she's really down for somebody, she's really down for them. But and she will go through a lot before she will give up, though. So she did her bid in hanging in there. But it goes back to what I said. So everybody can't do it. But she tried, and like I said, things didn't work out, but she tried, So I commend you, Foxy, for that. You know what I'm saying? In 5 days, you tried. It was great. No. Okay, so we got Miss Hanan. She's back with us. Miss Hanan, you back from vacation, and you back on the air with us right now. What would you like to say to Miss Sandra?
Well, Sandra, I would like to say to you that my heart goes out to you and your husband, and I'm so happy that you have reunited
Right.
together. And the question that I want to ask you is the same way I want to know how I'm going to feel, because I have 2 boys incarcerated, and they've been in about 27 years also. Mm-hmm. And so I've been, a victim also. I felt like I've been in prison for 27 years, but double.
Right.
So they'll be coming out real soon. So the question that I really want to ask you is, how did you feel when you knew that they were coming home? Because I want to know how I'm going to feel, so I'm going to learn from your experience.
Well, first of all, I couldn't believe it, but I had butterflies in my stomach. And the day that he got out, I was just so excited just to see everybody and just to see him.
Right.
Because when he, after they let him go into court and everything, the first thing he asked, where is my wife? But I was trying to let everybody else see him.
Right.
Because I seen him on a regular basis. So I was trying to let all his friends and families see him and everything. But it was like a miracle.
Right.
And I was just so happy, and
It was a miracle.
And I mean, I was just so happy.
Right.
Yeah, happy and unexplainable, and I'm like, I just said, Lord, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, because I've gone to see my boys, and it's just so depressing when you can't touch them, you can't hold them, and I haven't held my sons, held them in so many years. I'm just waiting for that moment too, that I can be able to actually hold them, and so I know.
That's right.
I'm waiting for that.
And Miss Hanan, she definitely is a shero. She got 2 sons that's in there right now, and they've been gone for like almost 27 years. And she's been rolling with me for a while now with these I've Been Falsely Accused shows. And, she still talks even about other cases, and she'll just start crying and get choked up. So, I mean, she's definitely, like I said, she's been in a double long haul as a parent. So that's rough. It's real rough.
Are they wrongly accused?
They were both railroad. Yeah. And both of them, they've been in like since the age of 14, and tried as an adult, was snatching a purse, something simple, and came out He didn't know what to do because he was raised up in prison from 14 to 23,
Wow.
and then came out, was on probation, committed a simple crime again because he couldn't deal with it. You know, he didn't know what to do outside. Went back in, been in from 23. Now he's what, 33 or something like that. All his life just in prison. Same thing with the other one, both of them.
Well, you know, like I said, they all coming home. You know what
For
I'm saying?
just minor stuff that, you know, even murderers don't
Yes.
hold them that long, you know. And when you don't have money for good legal representation, you know, then that's what happens.
Okay.
You're so right. So when will they be home?
Well, my son in New York, he'll be home December of this 2016.
15.
Yeah, 2015. And my other son, Gregory, which is in Florida, and that's a very hard state, as you know.
No, it's 2016 he'll be home.
Yeah, and Gregory be home about 2016. But
Okay.
they were going to give him 30 years for violating his parole. And because this time I was able to get a lawyer for him, and a good lawyer, they decided to break it down to 2 years, from 30 years to 2 years. And he's been in this system all his life, railroad. So this is going to be the first time in his life that he'll be coming out without being on parole.
Wow.
So God was in the plan.
Okay, so we're going to have to take a break real quick, everybody. A real quick break, and we come right back in. Miss Sandra, I definitely want you to give our young women words of encouragement, and then we winding down towards the end of the show.
Okay.
Okay, all right, we'll be right back. It's going to be a quick break. We right back in, everybody. Stay locked in, stay tuned in. Hey, we back, everybody. Welcome back to the I've Been Falsely Accused radio show. I'm your host, Cogee. In this hour, we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback. He's exoneree. He's done 27 years. Mr. Charles Chatman, also exoneree, 27 years. And in this hour, we got Mr. Johnny Pinchback's wife, Sandra. She's in with us right now. And Sandra, I want to say thank you again for being on the show today.
You're so welcome.
All right. Now, real quick, we down to 8 minutes. I want you to take a minute and a half, and I want you to talk to the young women and the women who are prison wives right now and who's really finding it hard and having it tough to hold on just a little longer. What would you like to say to those women?
First of all, I wanted to tell every woman, please trust and believe in God. Because without Him, it would not happen. So just continue to hold on to God's unchanging hands, because when I tell you I held on to God, to His hands, and I did not, I really didn't know. I wasn't for sure if Johnny was going to get out or not, but I just kept on pressing my way. And it's like God, He wouldn't let me turn away from it. It was like He was always there for me. Anytime I try to turn away, He would be there. So I'm just saying, trust and believe in God. Stay around positive people. Stay focused. Continue to just support your husband, or your boyfriend, or your family member, whoever it is. Write them letters, go see them. Financial support, if you can. If you can send them $5 or $10, that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just continue to, that really helps them. It helps, like, motivate their mind a little bit, letting them know that they do have someone out there that cares.
That's right. Okay, there it is. And you definitely hit it on the nose. And see, that even goes for you wives who done gave up on God. It could be atheist wives. It could be, who don't believe in, or whatever religion that you believe in. That advice goes for you too. Nobody's excluded, because everybody don't have the same religion. But that advice that Miss Sandra gave right now, it goes for everybody. That's from one woman to another one. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Definitely. Well, I want to thank you again, Miss Sandra. And what I want to do, if you could put your husband on, I just want his words of encouragement to our listeners real quick. And then we're going to go to Mr. Charles. I want his words of encouragement real quick. And then I'll start shutting the show down. But I'm going to talk to my producer because I definitely want to bring Johnny and Charles back on the show. And I want them on in different hours by themselves.
Actually, excuse me. Sandra and I have never been to Las Vegas, and we'd like to come out there and visit you at your station.
Oh, yeah. You know what? What better way than do it than to be right here in the studio with me? You definitely right about that. And you know what? You got an invitation, both of y'all. Will y'all just let us know ahead of time when y'all coming, and we'll set it up with the show, and we'll make sure we can do that for you. Okay.
Yes.
So we're down to 3 minutes. So real quick, Johnny, you got a minute of it, and then Charles, I want you to have a minute of it, and then I got to close the show. Johnny, it's on you real quick. Words of encouragement.
For the men out there.
That's right.
Hey, you got to stay strong. Only the strong survive. You know, you got to be positive. You got to stay positive. You got to stay focused. You know, even sometimes, you know, I've been around men that didn't have support. You can't fall. You can't fall weak. You've got to continue to you got to keep them spirits uplifted, man. You got to believe and trust. You got to believe and trust. You can't trust, man, like God says, trust in no man. But like you say, everybody has different beliefs and everything. But that was me, you know. That was me. Man failed me. God
lifted you up.
My mind. God brought me up out of there.
That's right.
But you gotta keep that mind. You gotta stay sane. You gotta do something. You got to stay positive. You got to always be doing something constructive. You got to be doing something constructive. If it's even just writing a letter for someone inside the prison that can't write, somebody that can't write, or sharing a poem with somebody to send to his wife, stuff like that.
Okay.
This is helping guys that's in prison. It was some of the things that I used to do for a whole bunch of them. Writing. I'm a writer. So I used to, write letters for guys that couldn't write and stuff, and read their letters to them and stuff like that. And at the same time, I was, like one of the most miserable persons around. But at the same time, I couldn't and I wasn't going to give up on life.
Okay.
I couldn't, because if I'd have died, I'd have had an unrested spirit.
Okay.
So I ask and beg God, please don't let me die here. Don't let me die here.
All right. Thank you.
Stay strong.
Okay.
What I believe you can trust it in.
All right. Okay. Wait a minute. 1 second. Mr. Charles Chatman, your words of encouragement to the listeners real quick.
Well, I just want to talk mostly to the families and loved ones of people who is incarcerated. You don't know for sure if they're innocent or if they're guilty. I just encourage you to stay in touch with them. I mean, you may can send them money or a package or something, or you may not. But a letter is what they really want. So just to know that somebody cares about them and is thinking about them.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank y'all for being on the show today, both of y'all. Like I said, I'm going to bring y'all back through the show, and I want y'all in individual hours by yourself, and we down to 30 minutes. I definitely want to thank Mr. Justin Brooks. He's the director of the California Innocence Project. I want to thank the Innocent Project of Texas, who definitely looked out for these guys as well. So to everybody around the world, I want y'all to know, hey, we do this for y'all. Me and Jeffrey got so much love for y'all. Me and my whole team. I want y'all to stay safe. I want y'all to definitely stay on the lookout, for different exonerees that's getting out, and always support your fellow man. Anywhere you are in the world, you can help somebody. So to everybody on the phone, much love to you guys. Looking forward to the next show. And hey, I can't wait to be down with y'all and roll with y'all and make sure y'all safe. Much love, guys.
Much love.